Okay, so let's have a look at this hire purchase matching. So first of all, this is preferences. This is a new chart of accounts now. So what happens is if we try to load that, we get an error saying that it doesn't match. So what we've got to do before we do anything else is use our conversion tool to switch from one chart of accounts to another, and we do that just by, well, as you can see, I've already made the conversion, but just show you how to do it. We just double click on that, press the save button, and voila. So now if we import this, then everything's working fine. So we find the items we're looking for here. So now excuse me, so this is where we've got to have a discussion among users about how we want all this matching to work. So all this works on string matches, and so the way I've configured it is a lot of string processing takes place when files are imported to get them in some sort of a standardized format. Now I'd imagine what's happened here, well, I guess I really need to look at the original XML files to find out why this didn't convert to the format. The way these are displayed in the tables are different to how they're actually stored internally. They're displayed in a little bit of a simplified format here. So we'll see less unexpired interest charges, less unexpired interest charges. These are all the same for display purposes, but internally they're all quite different. So the question is, why didn't this one convert to the correct internal format so that it not only displays as less unexpired interest charges, it also gets matched or gets flagged as an item that needs to be paired to a hire purchase item. And it turns out the reason is that internally it's lacking a colon after the S, after the less, sorry. So let's just so if we do a make pairing, comes up with nothing showing. So what we need to do here in the short term, in the longer term we can have a discussion about what items need to be looked for, either to relax the constraints a little bit or something like that. But in the short term, and bear in mind, I understand that there's no documentation, so there's no way for people to know that this is the way it works at the moment. This is still a work in progress and needs to be fully documented. So what we've got to do is say that we want to rename this into a new name, and we can see the old name there is lacking this colon. We just do that, and now when we make the pairing, this comes up and we want to pair it with the Land Rover, and so now when we go back, this should be fully paired. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. Okay, so so the problem was really with the format of the way this was written in the XML file, and so we need to have a discussion about adding additional string searches to files and relaxing constraints and all those sort of things. But that's the workaround at the moment when this sort of thing happens.